Hello, 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 everyone. And today I am so excited. We have David here, and he's going to talk to us tonight about how to avoid burnout. So excited. Hello, David.
Hey, hello, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
Yes, good, thank you. Yeah, great. Nice to be here.
Awesome.
Nice and
Yeah,
what? It's 7 o'clock there, isn't it? 7 o'clock EST.
it is 7 p.m. We do have somebody who is watching from, I believe, Sydney. And I think it's 9 a.m. their time. So,
Salia, Salia from Australia.
yeah,
How's your day been?
pretty good. How about you?
Yeah, good, good. It went quite quickly, and yeah, every day goes quite quickly these days. So yeah, it's good. It doesn't drag. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely goes by pretty fast.
So,
Definitely, definitely. I am so excited. Um, I've experienced burnout.
mm,
I know a lot of other people have also experienced burnout.
mm,
Like just giving a little bit of my own like situation or my own stories is I've been to the point where like I will work because I do have my own business and I would push myself until
mm.
either I was like extremely ill or hospitalized. So I definitely need this tonight if nobody else does.
Mm, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm
So,
excited.
so I was thinking as well that I've suffered burnout too, where you just, if you're not aware, you suddenly find yourself burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the thing that people need to remember is that you become consumed by your work because we all
Yes.
love our work, but we can become consumed by it. So and it happens really quickly. Um, yeah, and we're everybody out there. We're doing these series of workshops, myself and Celia. Hello, Sheldon, and we wanted to help people really break through because I believe that everyone out there, you're all entrepreneurs, but you are the business, so you represent everything about your business. So it's in your best interest that you don't crash and burn. It's hugely important.
Exactly.
It's hugely important, and we can easily do that because we can get so passionate and involved in our business that suddenly we find ourselves crashing and burning. So what I want everyone to just look through is, well, really the question you could ask yourself is, if you burn out, what's the impact and what's it costing your business if you burn out, and if it becomes a bad habit, what is it doing for you, your self-confidence, and what is it doing for your customers and your clients? Because you've got loads of customers out there and loads of clients, and they look at you, they look up to you, and they want your service support. But if you're lying there in bed and say hospitalized, then it's not good for the business. So we got to in these workshops today, we're looking to really just give a couple of tips. There's no point giving you 20 tips because you're not going to remember much of it. So I want to give you two tips today, really two tips today to help you, practical tips to help you run your business better and run your life better. And that's the main thing. So these are coming from someone who I work with clients who have burnt out and also have experienced being burned out myself in the past because we lose focus. So what I want to do is I want to share some slides. Have I got the ability to share slides on here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you
So
do.
I'm gonna share my screen, everyone. Just share a couple of slides just to make things easier for you. And please, if you don't remember any of what we're talking about tonight, you can always just come back to the video and you can refer back to the video anytime. And please share with your friends and think of someone you might know who actually they burn out occasionally, and it's completely normal to do that. So let me just share my screen. Let's share. Okay, so you should be able to see my screen and my desktop, which is packed full of stuff. And what I'm going to do is, let's go into view full screen. Okay, so what I wanted to do is it's called, this section is called How to Avoid Burnout, starting today. Yeah, that's a picture of me back from a few years ago, delivering a workshop to some people. Okay, so how to avoid burnout. So what is burnout? What are the symptoms of burnout? Okay, so the symptoms of burnout. 4 symptoms, really. You experience fatigue, so you're feeling tired. So just be aware of that. You're feeling tired, and your energy levels are very, very low because you've burnt through your energy levels. Think of it as a fuel tank. Think of your business or your life as a car, and you've gone through the fuel, so you're fatigued, and therefore you're going to eventually stop. Your brain needs energy, so you get confused. You get confusion. You start making mistakes. As soon as you start getting fatigued and confused, you start making mistakes. And then you want to run away. You want to run away. Why do you want to run away? Because you're just exhausted. You're mentally exhausted, and you just want to run. We've all been there, where you just want to run away, get away from it all. You run to the hills, jump in your car, and go down to the park, and jump on the subway, wherever you are. We just want to run, and because we're exhausted. So remember, just one thing: your brain actually consumes more energy than any part of your body. So it's important that you remember that. So as soon as you are burnt out, your brain goes first, and then your body. So what I wanted to do is share with you 2 tips. They're really practical tips, and you can start using them today. The first one is, this is what people fail to do. They fail to schedule time. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's some people out there who just, we look at our, say, 9 to 5 calendar, or a 9 to 6 calendar, whatever calendar you have, and we try and cram as much as possible in there without taking a break, and we fail to actually schedule the time. So we might make one appointment after another, and we forget to see the space between it, maybe the time it takes to get from one client to another, or we don't allocate time between Zoom sessions. We might have a Zoom from 10 till 11 and then schedule the next Zoom straight after, and then 11 till 12 we're on a Zoom, and then we get mixed up. So I want you to think about, we feel under pressure straight away because we don't schedule time. And what I mean time, I mean free time for us to actually give us some space, because we need space. Why do we need space? Because we need space to refuel and get a little bit of energy. So that's really important, to give yourself time. And there was one client I remember working with her recently, and she really doesn't get scheduling time, really doesn't get it, and just tries to pack her calendar out. And I said, well, what happens if you just, for 20% of your day, just make it creative time, make it time where you can just take time out. You can refuel, have food, you can listen to a podcast. And she said it was impossible to do that. Why is that? Because she just felt she needed to fill a calendar up. So what I suggested was schedule time, and schedule free, not necessarily me time, but time to stop and rest. Because you're no use to anyone. We're no use to anyone if you're unwell, if you're burnt out, if you are underperforming. And this can do it when you're burnt out. So schedule time. Have a look at your calendar, have a look at your diary, and schedule time, which leads me to the second point for tonight, which is learn to say no. We've got to learn to say no. And that sometimes is something what people fail to do. Why don't we say no? Sometimes we feel guilt, that we have a guilty conscience, that we do guilt very well. Imagine guilt to be a verb, something we do it very well. So we can't say no because we feel guilty. We're trying to avoid emotion. So we just say yes, yes, yes. Also, we don't say no because we fear, well, we've got to say yes because this is a potential lead, this is a potential client. Or if I don't say yes, they may not come back to me. Or if I don't say yes, I might miss out an opportunity. So we're going from a place of scarcity because we think we're going to miss out. And we all know that FOMO, fear of missing out, is a huge thing in society at the moment. So we don't want to miss out. So we don't say no. So I want you to think about this now. The first thing is schedule time. And the second thing is learn to say no. Learn to say no. This is super powerful. When I learned this, scheduling time and learn to say no, it was a game changer in terms of who I was as a person, that I learned to value my time and really my energy, time and energy. And that is super important, time and energy. And it's something that perhaps if you guard your time and energy, you won't burn out ever again. So what do you think of those particular points, Loretta?
My biggest thing was learning how to say no. Like I had to, that was so huge for me because I would want to take on so much. And even
Mm,
now, I'm still like, okay, having to remind myself, like, no, it's okay. You don't have to say yes to everything. You don't have to say yes to every potential client or every client or every opportunity or something that may be like a possible opportunity. It is
yeah,
totally fine to say no. It's not the end of the world.
yeah, yes, exactly. It's not the end of the world, and I guess it's people thinking I'm going to miss out here. I've got to
Right.
keep working. I've got to keep working. I've got to keep going. Um, why do you think? Why do you think people don't recognize the signs of they're just about to be burnt out? Why do you think that?
Honestly, I think that there are probably a few reasons, but I know for me, I actually do recognize when I'm like on the brink of being burned out.
Mm,
I just continue to push myself because I'm like, okay, I have to get these things done. There are deadlines, there are, just my own personal goals. And I'm like, just pushing myself just
yes,
continuously.
yes,
Um, so there's that inner, like, I guess my own goals is what pushes me to continue. And, but for people who may not understand or recognize when they're being burned out, I think maybe they're just on autopilot and they don't necessarily, they're not thinking about it because it's something that they do all the time. So it's become a regular pattern and behavior. Um, yeah,
yeah,
those are my
yeah,
thoughts.
definitely, definitely. I think it's really a case of balance, which is
Hmm.
the universe just gives you a little tap on the shoulder to say relax, relax. And I think that when we look at um, I want to succeed. I want to live my dreams. I want to achieve my goals. And we're so motivated. We're so passionate. And sometimes we need to take a pit stop. So if our life is a car, we need to take a pit stop, a rest, take a rest, and
Good.
refuel. And all we've got to do is just remember to do it, and we can do that daily, and we can still get the same results. Which is, if it takes 3 days to do a project, you can do that project in 2.5 days. It doesn't take necessarily 3 days. But what we can do is take some time out during that time, and it would stop you from being burned out. Because recovering from burning out, from being burnt out, can take quite a long time. Can
Yeah.
take quite a long time, and it can mentally affect you, and then you can get scared of being burnt out again.
Yeah, and I think like I said, I can only speak from my own personal experience, but when I would like push through and just continuously, almost like going on autopilot, just going until I'm completely wiped out and burned out, it's just like, okay, looking back at it in hindsight, I'm pushing myself to get these things done, but then I'm in the hospital for 2 weeks. So I'm not
Mm,
really helping myself at all. I'm actually hindering myself by not taking that 15 minutes or 30 minutes to just relax
mm,
and then finishing the project. So,
yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I think a good place to do it is if you want to get away from everyone, and you can go to the car. Just go in the car and sit down and close your eyes, listen to some music, or just you can sit there in silence or even meditate. It's just getting away from everyone. Sometimes we need to just do that, get away from everyone, rather
Yeah.
than um, rather than maybe just taking a break, just getting away from everyone, and that's enough to kickstart recovery. But it's
I think the
about
biggest thing for me is actually getting away from technology, like just taking that
mm,
break because we have a
yeah,
lot of notifications and just
yeah,
things that are coming through constantly,
yeah,
emails and phone calls and text messages.
mm,
For me, it's just like running away from my cell phone and laptop for a minute.
yeah, yeah. I've I tend to be away more from my phone these days, and it's
Mhm.
difficult because we're used to do it, but I don't have notifications these days because it's too eye catching, isn't it, when notifications come up?
It is.
Uh,
But you guys keep on your notifications so that you can watch us.
yeah, yes. And if you're watching this on record, please comment below and share it with your friends, giving yourself permission to
Absolutely.
be bored. Yes, definitely. Um, and
That's
yeah,
a good one.
yeah, please share it, and also take time out for yourselves, because it's super important. Super important. I think with the people I know who never burn out, they always take time out somewhere. They take time out, and we love to give these tips. So we're back next week, I believe.
We are next
Yeah.
Wednesday, same time, same place. I'm so excited. This is like something that's near and dear to me. So
Mm,
I'm like, I need this if no one else does. And I'm pretty sure there are people who do.
yes.
But
Yes.
if no one else
Please.
does, I
Yeah.
know this is good for
Share
me.
this video,
So
like and subscribe, because it's powerful. And we've shared with you two powerful strategies today, and they are so simple, but it's the simple things in life which are the most effective. And you can buy all sorts of self-help books, all sorts of books on how to avoid burnout, and it boils down to your time and energy and protecting yourself. And we'll be giving you some more tips next week on how to avoid burnout and also how to maximize your productivity.
yay. Woo. Pretty sure we can all use that, right?
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. So
Well,
looking
all
forward to that.
right, David. I am so excited about next week. We're not going to keep you guys long. I think it's midnight or a little bit past midnight where David is.
Yes, 20 past
So
midnight.
thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you,
Bye.
guys. Bye.